Riley, you can go first. This will be Riley's 16 drivers to make the playoffs. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1, Ross Chastain.
Yes.
That's 1. Austin Cindric, number 2.
No.
Austin Dillon, number 3.
No.
Josh Berry, number 4.
No.
Kyle Larson, number 5.
Yes.
Brad Keselowski.
Yes.
That's 3. Corey LaJoy.
No.
Kyle Busch.
Yes.
That's 4. Chase Elliott.
Yes.
That's 5. Eric Almirola. Noah Gregson.
No.
No, Denny Hamlin.
Yes.
Of course. Ryan Blaney.
Yes.
7. Chase Briscoe.
No.
Chris Buescher.
The 15 not count? No, because they're not full-time. Nor the 16, right? So it's Buescher?
Well, I think they're full-time, but they're different drivers.
Well, that's what I meant. No full-time drivers, so they won't make the
Buescher?
playoffs. Buescher will, yes.
It's 8. Truex.
Yes.
That's 9. Christopher Bell.
Yes.
That's 10. Harrison Burton.
No.
Joe Logano.
Yes.
That's 11. Bubba Wallace.
No.
William Byron.
Yes.
It's 12. Daniel Hemrick.
No.
Michael McDowell.
No.
Really? Todd Gilliland.
No.
Ryan Preece.
No.
John Hunter Nemechek.
What number are we on?
42.
And I've got
12.
12? No.
Go 12! John Hunter, no?
No.
Eric Jones.
Nope.
Who the hell you got in this thing? Tyler Reddick.
Yes.
It's 13. Ricky Stenhouse.
Yes.
That's 14. Alex Bowman.
Hold on, I got to do some math here.
You got 2 spots left.
I think you skipped somebody. Or I said no to somebody I should have said yes to. Did I say Ty Gibbs?
We ain't got Ty Gibbs yet.
Oh, that's right.
54.
All right.
He's always driven the 54.
I don't know why.
You thought he was 18?
I was thinking Bowman was in the 88 still. So I was like, wait a second.
We've been gone. We've been after that for a few
I
years
know,
now.
but I do that all the time, right?
That's true.
So Bowman. So who do we got left? We got Bowman, Gibbs.
This is why we should have just wrote it down.
Yeah, we got Bowman, Gibbs.
Suarez, Zane Smith, Carson Hocevar.
Bowman and Gibbs.
And Justin Haley.
Yeah, Bowman and Gibbs are my last 2.
Okay. Well, you write that down. Actually, no. We'll do it. My turn.
Give them to me.
Do what I did.
You've already got yours written down. Just tell me.
I know who it is. Do it.
Number 1.
Ross?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2.
No.
Number 3.
Yes.
I picked him last year. Bit me in the ass.
So with my thing with Austin is he's like a lesser talented Joey Logano in the fact that he always makes the playoffs in an even year.
Yeah,
That's what I mean
lesser
by that.
talented to Joey Logano, sure. He's also a lesser talented.
Yes, but if you look over his career,
J.D. McDuffie.
The only time he has missed the playoffs in an even year was his rookie year in 2014.
Yeah, all right.
16 he made it.
Number
18
4.
he made it. 20 he made it. 22 he made it.
Number 4.
Josh Berry? Nope.
Number 5.
Yep.
6.
Yep.
Number 7.
Nope.
8.
Yep.
9.
Yep.
10.
Nope.
11.
Yep.
12.
You got to be counting.
I ain't counting.
Yes.
How many you at now?
Idiot. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm 8.
$17.
Yes. That's 9.
$18.
There ain't no
Ain't
18.
none. $19.
Yes.
$20.
Yes.
$21.
No.
$22.
Yes.
$23.
No.
$24.
Yes.
$31.
No.
34.
No.
36.
36.
Aren't they running 36? No,
No.
38. Excuse me.
No. Sorry, Todd. I talked to you the other day, but
42.
41 don't exist no more.
Who drives 41? Priest. I forget. See, he's just not important. 41.
No.
42.
No.
43.
No.
48.
45 don't exist either, huh?
Fuck. Riddick.
Yes.
48.
47 don't exist. Ricky
47.
No.
48.
Yes.
It's 15.
Mm-hmm.
54. No,
51.
51.
No.
54.
Yes.
All right, so there's your 16.
Mm-hmm. So my 16 is Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Martin Truex, Christopher Bell, Joe Logano, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, and Ty Gibbs. So we only disagree on one person.
Was I had Stenhouse in and you've got
Austin Dillon.
Dillon in.
That's boring.
It's a damn shame.
You know, I really thought I really wanted to put Carson O'Sullivan in.
I wanted them to leave Alex Bowman out.
Yeah.
He was going to be my first one out.
But he was a points leader before he got hurt last year.
Yeah, but what did he do after?
His pretty broken back.
My back is broken. Spinal.
And I thought about Suarez.
I did too. I thought about it was either Suarez or the 99.
And McDowell, but there's less road courses in the
less road courses, and I think that Roush, them not being with Roush anymore is going to hurt them.
With Penske, though, they're upgraded.
Yeah, but Roush was better than Penske at the end of the year.
That's fair. That's fair. But who won the championship? I thought a little bit about Daniel Hemrick, but I don't see
that
it.
boy ain't won shit.
Chase Briscoe.
He struggles to win an iRace.
Chase Briscoe, I thought really long and hard about.
I didn't.
Because he had moments last year where he could have won races.
Shit, he made it to the fucking Elite Eight.
Yeah, 2 years ago. That's my problem. Like
But those fucking Hendrick cars are gonna be slow, boy. I'm telling you.
The Hendrick cars.
The Stewart cars are going to be slow.
The Stewart cars.
They're going to be
I
really
thought about
slow.
Josh, too. He can win you think how fast Stuart Haas was last year at short tracks? That was their only strength.
Yeah, but they're going to be worse this year, I think. And the reason is because Penske and Roush have had time to work on these cars. The Stewart cars are the last ones to get them. And new team, new drivers, new all that BS. I don't see it happening for those guys. As you saw, I don't think I picked a single one of them to make the playoffs. So
I didn't either. I do think one of them will, though. I think.
Well, for sure, we're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
We're going to be wrong. But it's just regular season right now. I think Stenhouse is.
I think Josh Berry's got a better shot than anybody else toward us to win a race just because he's so good at short tracks.
Yeah, him. It's either going to be him or Priest, I think.
I think Briscoe's shown the most speed at different types of tracks.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like race winning speed that often.
He could have won at Texas last year.
Yeah, so could everybody else.
It's fair. It's very fair. So you have
everybody that you had except for the 3, and give me it a 47.
Yeah. You had Bubba, right?
No.
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 Even though to be honest,
shit.
he might make it. He might be better than Alex Bowman. He might need to throw some Gatorade on him again.
Bubba?
The Rolex.
Yeah, Bubba was
the
what?
Rolex,
Bubba was tough, but I can't leave Ty Gibbs out, especially the way he looked at the Clash this weekend.
The way he looked at the end of last year in the playoffs.
So yeah,
he was one of the best Toyotas all year. All year. He's one of the best Toyotas at the end of the year.
Why do you have Ricky making it again?
Ricky's fast most places. He wins on super speedways, and
he'll always be up there. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll always be up there at those super speedways, and I'm pretty sure he would have pointed his way in if he didn't win the Daytona 500 last year, if my math's correct. At least he would have been up there competing for it.
It'd have been close.
And he was. I'm pretty sure he would have beat Bubba for points if he would have had to. to point his way in, or
So-
Ty Gibbs or one of those guys at the end there. But
So out of the, you already said them, but the one guy that you put in that you don't think will make it, Bowman.
it's Bowman. Bowman could go out there and win 6 races in the regular season. I'm not saying
He could have a William Byron type of year.
Yeah,
this
he
year.
could definitely do it, but just the way he raced last year, I don't know if I trust him. He could easily go out there and just run 20th every week. Because, I mean, even the 9 car wasn't that fast. Those Hendrick cars weren't all that fast last year.
Well, the 5 and 24.
Other
were
than
way
the 5
faster
and the
than 9 and
24.
48.
And to be fair,
So why do you have Chase make it?
was
then?
the 5 and the 24 really that fast, or were they just that good at, they go out there and
Well,
get
Kyle
the most
Larson's
out
one
of
of
the
the greatest
car?
drivers in the world.
Exactly.
He'd go in the Stuart Haas car and probably win. a couple
William
races.
Byron,
William Byron, that's the first time we've seen him really step up.
sure, but we knew it was coming.
Yeah. Well, why do you have Chase making it then?
Because Chase Elliott's a top 15 driver in the Cup Series.
He didn't make it last year.
Sure, he missed half the races. He would have made it if he didn't fucking right hook Denny Hamlin.
Well, he'd have been right there with Brad and Kevin in points.
If he didn't right hook Denny Hamlin.
And he didn't break his leg. Yeah.
If he didn't right hook Denny Hamlin and he finishes 10th in that race, which is about probably where he's going to finish, he makes playoffs.
Yeah, because you think that really took 2 races away
Yeah,
from
because
him.
he finishes 35th.
He finishes like second or third to last, and then,
And then
he doesn't
didn't get any points
get
the next
points
week.
the next week at Gateway. That's a good point.
And then the next week, you're trying to get back into things, and I don't remember what that
After
next
trying to get back into things,
Yeah.
after he broke his
So
leg. Yeah.
If you don't wreck Denny Hamlin, you make the playoffs. And I think he makes playoffs this year regardless if he wins a race. And he probably will win a race. But
Yeah, mine who
it's the 48.
mine who I have in that I don't feel great about.
Let me go ahead and tell you.
Probably
is Austin Dillon.
Yeah, Austin Dillon. The only reason why I have him making it is I think RCR will be better this year. They got off to a great start last year. Well, at least Kyle Busch did. Austin Dillon had some decent runs here and there, but he got in a lot of wrecks. Some were not his fault. Some of them was just him being slow and being near the back and being in the middle of the field and being in the hornet's nest. And Austin Dillon should be the first person to tell you that. Yeah, we have to run better to avoid that type of shit. But like I said, Austin Dillon, he makes the playoffs about every other year, and that's the reason why the odd years never worked out in his favor, but the even years have seemed to always benefit and seem to. Austin Dillon runs better in the even years, to put it like that. So, like I said, he's only missed the playoffs one time in an even year, and that was his rookie year back in 2014. So, I think this year, after having a bad year last year, I think they're going to rebound and maybe win a race, maybe, and that might be what it takes for him to get into the playoffs. You think about, 2018, if he doesn't win the Daytona 500, he probably doesn't. I don't think he makes the playoffs that year. 2020, he won Texas, but I think he would have made the playoffs that year anyway on points. I have to go back and look, but he was decent in 2020. And then 2022, obviously, winning the last race at Daytona. He had to win that race to make the playoffs. So, but even years seem to work out good for that 3 team, and I think this year it'll work out good for him. But do I feel confident about it? No. Who would be the most shocking person to miss the playoffs? Denny? Like, if they missed the playoffs, it would be like, what? I think it's Kyle Larson.
I was going to say Larson. I was. It's either the 5, the 11, or the 24. I think those are the 3 guys that.
Those are the big 3.
I think those are the guys you expect to be in the 4
Yeah.
at the end of the year, and that 4th guy is someone else. It's I think Denny Hamlin right now is he's the best driver all around in NASCAR, in my opinion, right now. If you got to put a guy in a car and go win a race, it's Kyle Larson.
Oh, okay.
But
It's Kyle Larson.
consistently, if you look at the whole year,
I'll give you this. Yeah.
I think you pick Denny
Yeah. I
over
agree with you.
anybody.
I agree
and
with
So I expect him to be there. So if he doesn't make it, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, the 5 car. You got Kyle Larson, who's probably the best race car driver in North America, if not the world. If he doesn't make it, wow. And then you got the 24, who was dominant pretty much everywhere last year. Won races he shouldn't have won, and won a bunch he should have. So if those 3 aren't in the playoffs, it'll any of those 3, if they don't make it, it'll be very, very surprising.
Yeah, I agree. I think Joey, I think, would shock me if he didn't make it, and probably Truex. I know he's up in Bell. If they didn't make it either, I think it'd be kind of a shock. And Blaney, champion last year. If he don't make the playoffs, it'd be kind of a shock. One more thing on the playoffs. Who is a guy, doesn't have to be on your list of making it, but who do you think is 1 or 2 guys that need to make the playoffs to save their ride?
Suarez for sure. Suarez needs to go out there and prove it, that he deserves to be in that ride. Because
if he misses the playoffs, you think he gets fired?
I don't know. I think
according to how Ross does.
I think he deserves to be. I don't
So
know.
let's say Trackhouse goes out there and Suarez doesn't make the playoffs, but Ross has like 3 wins.
Then for sure, I think. Well, I don't think Suarez deserves that ride to begin with. So nothing he does this year is going to change my mind unless he goes out there and wins 6 races and wins a championship or competes for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the car is better than Suarez, and that's not new for Suarez because he raced for Joe Gibbs, didn't do anything. He raced for Stewart, didn't do anything, and other
3
than
years at Trackhouse,
Yeah.
only won 1 race.
other than the one kind of fluky win.
It wasn't fluky. He had the best car.
Yeah, I think 17 should have won that race. But
He pulled away from about 5 seconds at the end.
Yeah, it happens. But other than that one win at a road course, he's really not been super competitive.
Yeah.
He's led a lap here or there, but he's not been like Ross. Ross competed for a championship in year 1. One race. Granted, it was the last race, but won a race last year. And I think the 99 needs to go out there and prove that they deserve to be there, because if not, then they've got 5 or 6 guys that they hired over the offseason that are going to be looking to take that spot.
SVG, Zane Smith,
all those guys that are going to be looking for that ride. And I think if he doesn't make it, then Trackhouse would be dumb to keep him. And even, to be honest, even if he makes it, if he doesn't impress, if he backs himself into the playoffs as a 16th guy on points, I don't know if you keep him after
gets
that.
eliminated in the round of 16.
Yeah, I don't know if you keep him out of that.
Yeah, I agree with you with Suarez. This is a big year for him. He has to at least make the playoffs and probably win a race or 2 for sure. Especially it's according to how Ross does. There's 2 guys that I think have to make the playoffs or have a pretty bounce back year. You are short. One of them is Austin Cindric in the 2 car. When he goes out there, rookie wins the Daytona 500. That's the first couple episodes of this podcast. Great time to be an Austin Cindric fan. Great time to be Austin Cindric. Made the playoffs. Even made the round of 12.
12!
But last year was awful. And especially we now have back-to-back years of his teammates making a deep playoff run and winning championships. It's time for you to step up. And I get his dad.
You think they miss Brad yet over there in that car?
Yeah, I think even though his dad is in the the president of the company, or Tim Cindric, or whatever role he plays in Penske, he's up there. I guarantee Roger Penske, he wants results in his race cars. And if Austin Cindric goes out there and has another shitty year, it's going to be hard to keep him in that damn 2 car. And there's a lot of guys chomping at the bit for that 2 car. So he has to have a big year, or he could be on the chopping block come November. The other guy who I think has to have a pretty good year, to solid year, is Harrison Burton. I think it's kind of surprising he's getting a 3rd year in this 21 car, because other than really Paul Menard, that 21 car has competed Even in Paul Menard a few years, he competed for the playoffs. He was on that bubble. If you think about Ryan Blaney, made the playoffs every year that he was. Both years he was in that 21 car. Won a race in 2017.
Lucky.
And then Matt DiBenedetto made the playoffs in 2020, I think. And then I think he just missed out in 2021.
He was in the.
He made it one of those years, I know.
Yeah.
It's 2020 or 2021.
He was in the 94 when he should have won the Bristol race,
95.
right? Or 95.
I was there. But
who won that race?
I don't recall.
I tell you what, he beat your favorite driver.
Thanks, Newman.
Yeah, to be fair, thanks, Newman.
Yeah.
Harder than passing a kidney stone.
He is. But those two guys, Ford guys, need a big year because how bad their season was last, especially Harrison. Like he hadn't had a good year yet. He had a good run at Darlington in the spring last year. That's the only real highlight you can point to at Harrison Burton's Cup career and be like, hey, this guy's got talent. Other than that, he's been on the struggle bus for the past 2 years. If he has another bad year, there's no doubt in my mind.
Set him back down.
That he's going to go back down to the Xfinity Series or Truck Series because you can't have 3 worse than mediocre years, which that's what it's been, that 21 car for Harrison Burton. I know he's young, but, eventually you got to just pull a plug. And he's at least run top 20 in points.
Let me ask you a quick question. I don't need a 4-hour response on this because it's just kind of something I'm curious about. Back in the day, you had guys like Michael Waltrip that were just kind of there, for a long time. I mean, Michael raced for like 20 years and never won shit. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's better or worse for the sport that you get like 2-3 years to show me what you got, and if you ain't got it, see you later? I think it's worse.
Well, that's the way every other sport is now. You look at the NFL, the perfect example. You look at quarterbacks these days; they get way shorter of a leash these days because of the media and the fans. It's all goes back to this.
Sure.
These phones that we have, short attention spans. We want to see instant gratification right there and now.
Sure.
So is it worse or best?
But you have guys in the NFL. You have guys in the NFL that.
Do we have girls in the NFL?
That stick around for a long time, regardless of their. They may not be the guy.
They could be a good locker room guy.
But they're here. But that's
like
different.
You got 54 players on the NFL roster.
That's true. You got one guy driving your car.
You got one guy driving your car, and if everything else is pretty good and your guys are just not getting the results,
might as well try to put somebody else in there.
Put somebody else in there. I mean,
fair.
because Matt DiBenedetto, he ran decent in that 21 car, but it goes back to sponsorship with this stuff as well. If you don't got sponsorship and you're kind of a mediocre driver,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, unless you win a whole bunch of races, you're probably going to get sent off and demoted, and you got another guy coming in that's probably not quite as talented as you, but he's got the funding. I mean, that's what we've seen with Riley Herbst for years. Now, it's not a bag on Riley Herbst segment, but I don't think he's that good of a race car driver. Now, yes, he go out there and he finally put it together the past couple races last year, won a race at Homestead and almost won at Vegas.
I'll tell you this. I think he could do what the...
he won Vegas. He almost won at Homestead.
Yeah, I think he could do what Harrison Burton's done in the Cup Series in that 21 car.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And
so does he deserve a shot? Or do you put somebody like Matt DiBenedetto back in that car? Or do you put somebody like Haley Deacon who brings the money?
It's according to what you want at that moment. What do you think is best for your team? Do you want the sponsorship money or do you want the results from the racetrack?
So what do the Wood brothers do? Because I don't think Harrison Burton's going to have a good year this year because I don't think he's a Cup Series race car driver. Down. So who's going to take the ride? You got two options.
Cole.
You got 3 options if you're
you forgot about
if
Cole,
you're a Ford guy. You got Cole. Is he going to leave Hendrick?
Cole Trickle? That's what we're talking about, Cole Trickle?
Is he going to leave Stewart?
Cole Custer.
You've got Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was me, but it ain't. Herbst. And then you got Haley. If Haley goes out there and fucking puts a whooping on him this year,
Haley. Justin Haley?
Deegan.
Oh,
She's in the Xfinity Series now. If she goes out there and wins a couple races this year, I guarantee you they're going to be looking at her to be in that ride next year. Guaranteed.
and she'll have all the sponsorship. That's what I'm saying. Do you want the perfect would scenario would be, hey, I got a guy that's really talented and has a lot of sponsorship behind him. But these days you don't have doesn't really exist anymore. Either you have a whole lot of talent and not a lot of sponsorship, or not a lot of talent and a whole lot of sponsorship. So it's kind of just, I don't know what it's according to what you want the race team. Are you liking for money right now? You go with the guy that's got a lot of sponsorship. If you're just trying to get race wins and get results and get kind of money that way and hoping for great results and winning races, you go for the high talented guy with not a lot of sponsorship. Another guy you're not thinking about, Lawson Hill.
In a Chevy?
It's a cup ride, man. We've seen it all the time.
Yeah, but he seems to be a Chevy guy.
Sheldon Creed, he Toyota guy, I know, this year. But hey, go to cup rides or you could turn on manufacturers real quick.
So that's a good point. They would more than likely have to go out of they wouldn't be able to just hire one of the Ford guys. They'd have to go get one of the other dudes because there's really not that many Ford guys in the Xfinity Series, and really ain't that many in the Truck Series now. But it'll be interesting. Like we said, you picked. It's a good picker. I think Harrison Burton's shitter get off the pot guy this year as well. Him and the 99, I think 1 and 1A.